We were told it was a gentle giant, a lumbering mountain of flesh that lived millions of years ago, slowly chewing on leaves in a peaceful prehistoric paradise. For decades, museums and movie screens have painted the same picture: a passive, slow-moving vegetarian that existed merely as a background character in the age of dinosaurs. You believe you know this creature, but the truth is far more astonishing. In the early 1900s, American paleontologist Elmer Riggs discovered the most massive bones the world had ever seen in Colorado. This discovery unveiled not just another dinosaur, but one of the biggest misunderstandings in evolutionary history. Brachiosaurus was not merely an herbivore. It was a living defiance, an audacious rebellion against the very laws of physics, the boundaries of biology, and the relentless pull of gravity. Observing this bizarre and unprecedented design, researchers of the era fell into a significant misinterpretation. Staring at a creature that stood several stories high, they assumed that due to its immense weight, Brachiosaurus was completely incapable of walking on land. Instead, they theorized that it lived at the bottom of deep swamps, using the crest at the top of its head to breathe like a snorkel, hiding from the crushing reality of its own mass. To keep discovering the secrets of this massive engineering marvel, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yet, this interpretation completely misread one of evolution's greatest achievements. Decades later, advanced mechanical tests and structural engineering simulations stepped in as the ultimate guide to truth. These calculations proved that the immense water pressure at those swamp depths would have made breathing absolutely impossible, instantly failing the creature's respiratory system. Science had to abandon the old myths to find the real marvel. The domed skull that emerged from the desert was not an adaptation to escape into the water. Rather, it was proof that this animal evolved to conquer the highest forest canopies to invade the sky itself. The discovery unveiled not a creature seeking refuge in the depths, but an audacious sovereign of the skies, its very being an ascent towards the endless expanse. There was no turning back. Brachiosaurus was a terrestrial titan. Join us now as we uncover the astonishing engineering secrets that allowed this titan to defy the impossible. To survive on land, Brachiosaurus had to face brutal physical adversaries. Its first enemy was its own weight. To lift a 10-meter neck, solid bone would be a death sentence. The neck would simply be unable to support its own weight. Evolution's ally: ingenious weight management. The inside of a Brachiosaurus's neck vertebrae was not a solid mass. It was carved out by hollow air sacs called pleurocoels. More than 60% of the bone volume consisted of pure air, making that colossal tower as light as a feather, yet as flexible and durable as a modern steel structure. The next enemy was internal heat. Managing a 60-ton body means dealing with an immense thermal crisis. Through gigantothermy, its massive body retained heat perfectly, but on scorching days, its internal systems could experience dangerous overheating. To solve this, Brachiosaurus turned its magnificent neck and incredibly long tail into cooling radiators. As blood traveled from the hot core and passed through the wide surface area vessels in these extremities, it was cooled by the wind, returning to the body thoroughly regulated. Finally, it faced the challenge of metabolism. Without advanced molars to chew, its mouth operated like a massive combine harvester, stripping coniferous leaves in a single motion and swallowing them entirely whole. To grind this tough, fibrous plant matter outside the mouth, Brachiosaurus intentionally swallowed hard stones called gastroliths. Inside its colossal stomach, these stones operated like an industrial mill, pulverizing tons of plants every second under high internal heat. To keep discovering the secrets of this massive engineering marvel, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Once you solve the weight problem, the thermal limitations, and the digestive crisis, physics hits back with a much more complex and terrifying second blow: hydrodynamics. To understand the true peak of this creature's biological machinery, we must look deeper into the terrifyingly pressurized plumbing system that kept its brain alive at the edge of the clouds. Pumping blood to the brain of a creature whose head sits 13 meters above the ground is less like managing a biological animal and more like designing the fluid dynamics of a skyscraper. To push blood up that vertical highway, the heart had to generate an arterial pressure significantly higher than that of a modern human, a pressure that would be unsustainable for most other life forms. But the true ordeal happened when Brachiosaurus lowered its head to drink water. In any ordinary anatomy, gravity would instantly slam that massive volume of highly pressurized blood straight into the skull, leading to critical pressure overload in the brain's vessels and a fatal hemorrhage within seconds. It was a daily, life-threatening paradox. To power through this impossible hydraulic challenge, Brachiosaurus was rewarded with a flawless safety network. First, it housed a colossal heart in its ribcage, roughly the size of a car and weighing nearly 400 kilograms. Second, to prevent the fatal rush of blood when bowing down, evolution embedded a marvelous valve system inside the creature's carotid arteries, known as the rete mirabile. This wonder net acted as an automated military-grade hydraulic brake, slowing down the surging blood flow, storing the excess pressure, and gently regulating the transition. It was a masterpiece of biomechanical regulation, yet even nature's most magnificent engineering marvels could not withstand time and the ruthless conditions of a changing planet. Though their colossal silhouettes once ruled the horizons and defied the absolute limits of physics, they eventually vanished from the Earth, leaving only fossilized whispers and a profound silence across the ancient valleys. Yet even nature's most magnificent, most flawless engineering marvels could not withstand the ruthless passage of time and the harsh, shifting climate conditions of a changing planet. New mountain ranges rising across continents altered the direction of global winds, ancient forests withered away, and the endless green canopies that had sustained the Brachiosaurus for millennia disappeared one by one. Those colossal silhouettes that once pushed the boundaries of the sky, ruled the horizons, and boldly challenged the absolute limits of physics were plunged into an unyielding silence as the food chain fractured. The world's greatest biological cathedral slowly fell to its knees under the weight of this emerging era and vanished entirely from the face of the earth. They left behind only fossilized whispers trapped deep within ancient valleys between stone and sediment, massive bones, and a profound, majestic loneliness that forever reminds us how far nature can stretch its limits. Even as time buried these invincible skyscrapers one by one into the earth, the massive legacy they left behind remains more than enough to engrave evolution's limitless imagination into our minds today. These bones, resting beneath millions of tons of soil, do not whisper a story of defeat. Instead, they tell the tale of the most audacious, boundary-pushing monument that biology could ever construct by bringing the raw elements of life together. For though they are gone, the deep footprints they carved into the memory of the Earth will never be erased. This tragic extinction that brought the Age of Giants to a close was not a story of failure. Rather, it stood as the ultimate testament to the endless, unstoppable cycle of life upon this planet. Had these walking towers continued to dominate the ecosystem with their colossal mass, the world would have never achieved the flexibility required to allow new species to thrive. Their departure from the stage released the Earth's resources, clearing the path for the small, furry mammals, the ancestors of none other than ourselves, who had spent eras hiding in the shadows just to avoid being crushed beneath the feet of giants, to finally emerge from their burrows. The tragic end of the Brachiosaurus demonstrates how perfectly nature can reset itself and highlights its boundless genius for adaptation. The vanishing of these magnificent titans was not the point where life ceased. It was the vital, grand spark that triggered the birth of today's modern world, human intelligence, and the very civilization we walk upon. This cosmic transformation reveals to us that every cataclysmic ending on this planet carries behind it a hidden evolutionary blueprint, beautifully and flawlessly designed for a brand new beginning. The erasing of the grand paved the way for the small to become monumental, ultimately unlocking the path toward the birth of a species that would become the very consciousness of the Earth: humanity. In dismantling that immense biological cathedral, nature was actually laying the foundation for the temple of the mind and science. Thus, the ashes of the Brachiosaurus form the very mortar of the curiosity with which we explore the cosmos today. As we return from this incredible journey into Earth's ancient past, remember that even in the most familiar stories, science always holds deeper, more astonishing truths. The walking cathedral taught us that physics can be negotiated, boundaries can be pushed, and even the most impossible loads can be carried with the right balance and engineering. Nature has carved into the very bones of this titan a profound lesson on how an absolute engineering masterpiece can emerge from the greatest of challenges. Our duty is not merely to stare in awe at these colossal bones beneath the soil, but to grasp the flawless mathematics, the fluid dynamics, and the mesmerizing problem-solving capacity of evolution that lies beneath them. For the true elixir is found in unlocking these ancient secrets to illuminate the path toward future technologies and the courage to surpass our own limitations. Science is the guide for those who dare to venture beyond established perceptions, and the story of this ancient creature stands as the most tangible proof that our curiosity should know no bounds. To continue unraveling the secrets of Earth's ancient wonders and modern marvels, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Which of the Brachiosaurus's awe-inspiring systems do you think was the most flawless? Let's meet in the comments below. Until we meet again in the next prehistoric mystery, keep exploring, keep questioning, and stay with science.